Okay, let's find out what the question wants. The student wants to compare two women's contribution to the March of Washington. March on Washington. Okay, so let's read the student note. African American women played prominent roles in the civil rights movement, including at the famous 1963 on Washington. Okay, so we have to talk about the event of 1963, not the other tangential words or explanation. So civil rights activist Anna Hedgeman, one of the march's organizers, was a political advisor who had worked for President Truman. Good background info, but that has not described her role in 1963 March on Washington. Do not choose this. Okay, so this is just background info. And the line 3, okay, that's line 1, 2, and 3. Civil rights activist Daisy Bates was a well-known journalist and advocate, like supporter, for school desegregation. Okay, so we have two people so far, Anna Hedgeman and Daisy Bates. So these two women involved in March on Washington, and we need to find their what they do for that event. So far this is another background information. Okay, so you don't want to choose line 2 and 3 exclusively. And line 4, Hedgeman worked behind the scene to make sure a woman was included in the lineup of speakers at the march. Okay, the march refers to this 1963 March on Washington. So now we're talking. At the march, what did she do? She worked behind the scenes to make sure a woman was included in the lineup of speakers. And Bates was the sole woman to speak, delivering brief but memorable address to the cheering crowd. So this is still regarding the 1963 March on Washington, and this is her role. She was there to speak and deliver the speech. So these two lines show their specific role that differ from each other. So let's answer the question. Choice A, Hedgeman and Bates contributed to the march in different ways. Okay, that's true. Bates, for example, delivered a brief and memorable address, and that's correct. Now, even though the statement A is correct, you did not answer the question. So choice A did not compare. What about Hedgeman? What did she do? So it's missing Hedgeman's role. So choice A is out. Choice B, Hedgeman worked in politics and helped organize the march, while Bates was a journalist and school desegregation advocate. So what did I tell you guys earlier? Do not choose line 2 and 3 because that has nothing to do with the March on Washington, but instead their background info is displayed. So we don't want to talk about the fact that she was a journalist or she helped school desegregate. Okay, we have to talk about what she did in the march, and her job was to speak. It's not talking about it, so choice B is out. Choice C, although Hedgeman worked behind the scenes to make sure a woman speaker is included, and that's exactly what line 4 is. Behind the scene to make sure a woman is included. So I'll highlight the matching part. Bates was a sole woman to speak at the march. Sole woman to speak, and everything matched here. So the correct answer should be C. Last but not least, let's also work on choice D. Many African American women, including Beige and henchmen, fought for civil rights, but only one spoke at the march. Okay, so we only talk about this person spoke at the march is Beige, but not only did it not clarify who spoke, but it's missing the role of henchmen. Okay, what did she do? She worked behind the scene, and nothing about working behind the scene is mentioned in choice D. Therefore, the correct answer should be C.